75 veterans are back in Utah with pride after an emotional honor flight experience. That's where our Brian McElhatton is tonight. Brian went along on the journey. He joins us live now from the Provo airport, where the group landed just 30 minutes ago. Brian, we're so excited to hear about how the experience was.
Good evening to you. This is incredible here. The veterans have just returned home from just over 24 hours in Washington, D.C. aboard an honor flight as they visited the memorials built in their honor. And I've got to tell you, this living memorial here is very impressive. Let me step out of the way so you can get a better look as the veterans walk along, shaking hands to thunderous applause. We've got 75 veterans on this particular trip. Many of them are from the Vietnam War era, the Korean War era. There's one World War II veteran, and there's at least one Gulf War veteran on this trip. What you're seeing now is the end point of their journey. Family, friends, community supporters who may not even know these veterans come to the airport to welcome them home. It's a moving moment for them, and it's a moving moment for the veterans who were not expecting this. This was the final surprise on a journey that has been full of surprises. I want to show you now what some of their experience was like in D.C. as we traveled along with them. Take a look.
Early morning in Provo, the flags are waving at the airport, welcoming the special guests like Andy Vigil.
I'm pretty excited. I'm really honored to be with all these veterans.
75 of them, and the volunteers watching out for them.
It is kind of a surreal feeling. We won't know what to expect until we get there.
As it turns out, this journey is full of surprises, like mail call.
Roy Baca, raise your hand.
Letters from loved ones given to the vets mid-flight. Once on the ground, a salute on the tarmac. And inside the terminal, a hearty welcome in Baltimore as the group is ushered to Fort McHenry.
Star-Spangled Banner, yet wave o'er the land of the free.
The birthplace of Francis Scott Key's The Star-Spangled Banner. It's where American forces pushed back a British attack, and it's where we met Frank Reyes, a sailor during the Vietnam War.
It's amazing to me. I think a lot of people take this stuff for granted, you know, and maybe me too, even though I was in the war. But it's sure eye-opening being here and seeing this.
Seeing this, the red brick, Old Glory, revolutionary artillery, and this, a lot of reflecting and remembering. And what Mr. Reyes remembered really caught our attention.
I feel honored that I did serve, though, now. You know, I wasn't then. I was kind of ashamed, to be honest with you.
Ashamed. Vietnam. It was a different time then. The politics, the policy, honor flights and star-spangled proud supporters weren't here to greet these troops when they got home. Ask Lloyd Williams.
You hear stories of people getting spit on and yelled at and everything. Well, I experienced that.
It wasn't pretty. Williams felt like he had to hide his military service.
Matter of fact, I took my uniform off because I didn't want people to realize I was a soldier, because they were getting chastised and yelled at and screamed at and spit up on. And so and when I came home, I was so embarrassed, I threw all my uniforms away, my medals, everything.
You got rid of them?
Got rid of them, totally. I didn't want anything to do with being a soldier. That's how bad it made me feel.
Well, times have changed, and these honor flights have a way of reinforcing or restoring pride in these veterans. Remember when Lloyd threw away his medals? Well,
now I wish I had them back, you know, because now I'm getting the recognition, you know, and I think we all are.
And that goes for Frank Reyes, too.
It's great. This whole thing's it's been really nice. I feel grateful, to be honest with you. I feel blessed, really.
There was indeed a lot of reflecting on that trip. And now, at this stage in the journey, as it comes to an end, it's the community's turn to reflect upon these veterans who are still coming off the plane and walking and wheeling through the terminal. Like some of the gentlemen told us in that story, they're only now beginning to feel the respect, the appreciation from their time in service, because the Vietnam conflict, the political tide was much different back then. The sense sentiment in society was much different back then. They didn't get this kind of welcome home when they returned. Now they're getting that. So coming up tomorrow, we'll have more stories from Honor Flight, some incredible experiences these troops had while they were in D.C. We're going to bring those to you, some very touching moments at the Vietnam Wall. But I'll leave you with this final sight of the veterans being welcomed back to Utah after one incredible journey, guys.